Good morning, Miss Mayma Bunao.
Good morning to ma'am.
Okay, Miss Mayma, can you tell me about yourself?
I'm Mayma Bunao. I'm 26 years old. I'm a single mother. I have a one kid. He's 2 years old.
Okay, I have few questions for you to answer, so let's start. Why do you want to work as a maid?
Because I want to help my family and I want to give education to my son, ma'am.
Okay, why you choose Malaysia when there's a lot of other countries?
Because I want to take experience in Malaysia, ma'am.
Why are you qualified for this job?
I'm doing a good. That's why I qualified for this job, ma'am.
May I know your educational attainment?
High school graduate, ma'am.
Okay, what is your recent work experience?
Domestic helper, ma'am.
Have you worked in abroad before?
Yes, ma'am.
Where and how long did you work?
In Singapore, ma'am. I'm working 2 years contract, ma'am.
Okay. Do you have any experience of taking care of babies or elder people?
Yes, ma'am.
How old is the baby?
5 years old, ma'am.
How about the elder people?
75 years old, ma'am.
What is his or her situation?
The elder is paralyzed, ma'am.
Okay. Do you have any other special skills?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you willing to learn new skills?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you willing to work in a family where the mother-in-law or any relatives are staying together?
Yes, ma'am.
Currently, are you still working now?
No, ma'am.
Do you know how to cook?
Yes, ma'am.
What sort of food can you cook?
Filipino food and Indian food, ma'am.
Okay. Are you aware that you will do washing, cleaning, ironing, and cooking?
Yes, ma'am.
From all the household chores, which do you like the most?
Inside and outside, ma'am.
Like
inside is ironing, cooking, washing, and cleaning.
okay, if ever you were selected to work in Malaysia, who will take care of your kids?
My mother, ma'am.
Okay. You are not allowed to use hand phone during working hours.
Yes, ma'am.
You are not allowed to use hand phone after you have finished all the works and when you're going to bed.
Yes, ma'am.
You are strictly needed to surrender the hand phone to your employer in the morning, and your employer will return to you once you're going to bed.
Yes, ma'am.
If ever your employer finds out that you're abusing the use of your hand phone and it's affecting your work performance, your employer will confiscate your hand phone and you will not be allowed to hold it anymore. Instead, your employer will allow you to call your family 3 times in a month. You are not allowed to bring normal phone and you're allowed to bring smartphone. Do you agree in these terms and condition?
Yes, ma'am. I'm agree, ma'am.
Do you agree on the rules and regulation for the hand phone?
Yes, ma'am.
How many years is a contract as you agreed and understand?
2 years contract, ma'am.
Can you describe to me your ethics?
I'm good working and disciplined and honest, ma'am.
How can you assure to us that you will work hard in Malaysia?
Because I have experience before, ma'am.
Can you promise not to use the telephone without the permission of your employer?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you promise not to put on makeup and dress properly while working?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you promise not to invite friends and relatives without the consent of your employer?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you promise not to ask for advance salary from your employer under any circumstances?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you really understand the rules and regulations of the agency?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you pay any placement fee for you to come to Malaysia to work as a maid?
No, ma'am.
Do you have any history of sickness, example, breast cancer, or any other illness?
No, ma'am.
Did you suffer from any skin diseases, allergy, or physical defect?
No, ma'am.
Have you suffered from any serious illness?
No, ma'am.
Have you undergone any operation?
No, ma'am.
Are you medically fit?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you in any medication?
No, ma'am.
Are you allergic to any food?
No, ma'am.
Are you prepared to work for the employer of any race?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you prepared to eat the type of food taken by your employer?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you afraid of being left alone?
No, ma'am.
Are you afraid of dogs or other pets?
No, ma'am.
Can you promise to work according to the instruction of your employer?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any immediate family working in Malaysia?
No, ma'am.
Okay, Miss Mayma, we have finished our question section. Let's go to case study. I have case study for you and I want you to answer me truthfully. Upon arrival in Malaysia, within 6 months, if ever any of your family members passed away, what will you do? Will you continue to work until finish your contract or will you go back?
I will call them and I will continue my work until finish my contract, ma'am.
Okay. Tell us about yourself and why do you want to work in Malaysia as a domestic helper?
I'm Mayma Bunao. I'm 26 years old. I'm a single mother. I have a one kid. He's 2 years old. I want to go to Malaysia because I want to help my family and I want to give education to my son, ma'am.
Okay, Miss Mayma, what do you want to tell to your employer who is watching your video?
I do my best until finish my 2 years contract, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you very much, Miss Mayma. We will update to your agency if there is any selection made by the employer.
Thank you so much, ma'am.